It's the goddamn blue and black, white and gold dress all over again. Hi, how are you? Let me tell you something that you might not know about moi. I have a bachelor's degree in English from Suffolk University. I spent 3 years getting it, which means I graduated a year early. That doesn't mean I'm smart. That just means I did a lot of extra work in high school that really saved me about $100,000. So, good job, early me. I guess being a virgin until you're 25 really pays off. I tell you that to tell you that that is my strong suit. Words, not numbers. However, I did take AP Calculus in high school, my senior year. Got a decent enough grade where I can put that credit on that test towards my college education. Got out a year early. That's how I did it. There's been something I've been seeing floating around on Facebook, and it's been floating around for the last 5 years. And I figured I'd sit down, take some time to dissect it, and tell everybody you're both right and you're both wrong. What am I talking about? This equation right here. 6 divided by 2, parentheses 1 plus 2. Fuck this equation. Now see, everybody that I see comment on this post or see comment on this equation is commenting the right thing. They're commenting order of operations, PEMDAS or BOMDAS. Was it parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, or BOMDAS, which is brackets, orders, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. You're all doing it right. You're all doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. The problem is how we're interpreting the equation. Because the way that this shit's written, it is intentionally vague. And it is pitting everybody against one another. Again, I don't have a degree in mathematics, so someone is going to tell me I'm wrong, one way or another. But I want to sit down, I want to discuss with you that it's how you look at this one in particular. Now, granted, there are always going to be questions that either have a right or a wrong answer. Then there's going to be questions that have ambiguity to them, and you're going to need to dig a little bit deeper. But this one in particular, it means nothing. It absolutely means nothing. Whether or not you get the right answer or the wrong answer, or you get the same answer as everybody else, doesn't make you special. It doesn't make you stupid. Let me get my notepad here, alright? Let me get something dark enough to write with. Okay, there we go. Hey, look at that. Dark enough. Let's zoom in and get to what we're talking about, alright? You have the equation here. 6 divided by 2, parentheses 1 plus 2 equals what? Now, you might have already done this equation, and you might already have got the answer. You've either come up with the answer 1 or 9. Alright? Now, 95% of the people online will tell you that it's either this one or that one. The other 5%, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but, good on you. Go have some mac and cheese. You did a good job today. Your brain hurts. So this is how we can get either 1 or we can get either 9. Alright? Here, let's solve for 1. We have this, this, and this. Okay, so if you remember PEMDAS, okay, we have parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Okay, this is what we learned. You got to get rid of the parentheses. So we have 6 divided by 2, parentheses 3. Okay, with me so far? I think everybody, for both answers, gets to this step. And we're good. However, this is where it deviates. When you do, inside the parentheses, you have the parentheses left over. You still have to get rid of the parentheses. So this still takes the dominating precedent in the equation. Okay, so now we're left, because the parentheses can be seen as multiplication, 2 times 3. You have 6 equals 1. And I'll explain why it's not considered right. Now, if we go 6 divided by 2, parentheses 1 plus 3, 2 again, right? We do the same thing. Get to this same part here. Now, this turns into 6 divided by 2 times 3. Now, the order of operations, they say multiplication division doesn't matter, but you work from left to right. So you do 6 divided by 2, right, which is 3, times 3, and you get 9. Does that make sense? Okay. I'll explain why this is such a weird concept, because this formula here is intentionally ambiguous. Let me show you. What does this equation say? Some people are seeing this equation as 6 divided by 2 times 1 plus 2. Okay? Other people are seeing the same equation as this. 6 over 2, 1 plus 2. If you see the equation as this, it equals 9. If you see the equation as this, it equals 1. So what's the answer? Do we know? Do we not know? There's some precedent to be saying that to be said that there is something from 1917 textbook. I'm going to put the fact here from what writing it's from. But basically, what it is saying is that in instances like this, when there is a division symbol, and this is the little fucker here that gets everybody, right? When there's a division symbol, you have, let's say for example, x divided by 2y. Okay? In the 1917 writing, they would say you want to divide the left. You have the left number and the right number, or the right side. Okay? So you do this divided by whatever's over on this side of the division symbol. Let's turn this into our favorite thing, and let's solve for x. Right? Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 6 divided by 2. 1 plus 2. Okay? And we're going to try to solve for both 1 and 9. Alright, so let's put x as the 6th spot. So let's solve for x. Okay? What is x? Now again, this is where it comes in. Is the equation saying x divided by 2 times 1 plus 2? Or is it x over 2, 1 plus 2? So now if we're doing x over 2, 1 plus 2 equals 1. Okay? Start to simplify. So we have x over 2, 3 equals 1. Now in this, you can simplify this even further. You have x, 6 equals 1. In order to solve for x, you've got to multiply by 6. Okay? X equals 6. Hooray! The other way that people are seeing it is x over 2 times 1 plus 2. Now let's try to solve for x here. Okay? First, let's simplify. We have parentheses. Order of operation says we have 3. Right? Okay, now, how are we going to solve for x? Well, let's get rid of what we can. We have to get rid of the denominator here. So the easiest way to do that is multiply by 2, because those cancel out, right? So now we have x times 3 equals 2. Now divided by 3, x is equal to 2/3, right? This is why this equation is fucking stupid, because you're either going to see it as that, or you're going to see it as that.
Hello, it's Chris from the future, here to make a little bit of an interjection. As I was going over the footage, I realized that I didn't do the equation to solve for 9 with both methods. So here you have on the screen the method to solve 9 both ways. Left-hand side, you have x over 2 times 1 plus 2 equals 9. So simplify that down. Brackets break down to 3. Equation becomes 3x over 2 equals 9. You can multiply 2 in the denominator to get rid of that on the left side and multiply it by 9 on the right side to get 18. So you have 3x equals 18. 3 divided by 18 is 6. So x equals 6. So left side, that equation works to get 9. Going over to the right, if you saw it as x over the right side, so x over 2, parentheses 1 plus 2 equals 9, we have that. And so simplify it down. X over 2, parentheses 3 equals 9. X over 6 equals 9. Multiply the denominator by 6, as well as 9 on the other side. You have x equals 56. I said I was going to solve for both 1 and 9, and I didn't want to leave out the math there.
Well, let's put the x in a different position, right? So we have 6 divided by x. 1 plus 2 Yeah, we're going to have it equal both 1 and 9. So how do we do this? 6, because this is a function of itself. X, 1 plus 2, equals 1. Okay, let's get rid of the parenthesis, as always. X, 3, equals 1. Now we can't have an x as a fraction, right? So we have to multiply, get rid of the denominator. Okay, so x3, which is essentially 3x. Okay, so let's simplify this. Okay, so 6 over 3x equals 1. So let's multiply 3x, get rid of the denominator by 3x. 6 equals 3x. Isolate x. Now we have 2 equals x. Just doing it into 6 over x, 1 plus 2 equals 9, right? So now simplify. 6x, 3 equals 9. So now this turns into 6 over 3x. So now get rid of the denominator by 3x times 3x. We have 6 equals 27x. How do we do this? We divide by 27. Divide by 27, right? So now let's simplify it even more. By 3, this gives you 2, 9. So 2 ninths is your x here. We have 6 over x. Times 1 plus 2. Now that equals 9. So we do that. 6 over x times 3 equals 9. Okay, so let's get rid of x times x. So we have 6 times 3 equals 9x. Okay, we have 18 equals 9x divided by 9 divided by 9, x equals 2. So that works. We gotta solve the opposite way now. 6 over x times 1 plus 2 equals 1. How do we get this? Okay, simplify. 6x times 3 equals 1 times x cancels out times x. So now you have 6 times 3 equals x. 18 is your x. You see what I mean? So what was the point of all that? Is there really a point? Kind of. The point is context. You're all doing the right thing. Some of you are just not answering the question the way that other people are answering it. I know I'm going to have a mathematician out there tell me that I'm wrong. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being told I'm wrong. I'm just explaining to you the way that I did it. And I'm explaining the different variety of ways that we come to find this answer in multiple different forms, trying to prove one way or it's ridiculous. Numbers don't lie. That's a fact. Numbers don't lie. People lie. Or people try to misconstrue the truth. So what I'm saying is, try to figure out the question you're trying to answer first. And maybe instead of jumping on people when they're not getting the same answer as you, try to figure out what question they're answering. If you figure out what question they're answering, then you're going to have a better understanding of how they approach things. Maybe people have a better understanding of how you approach things. When it comes down to it, it's all that matters is, are we being taught the right way to answer a question? Oh, and I'm getting tired of people fighting over Facebook, trying to prove who's smarter than the other person. I don't care. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how dumb you are. I get flustered over this stuff because it does not matter. The other thing that concerns me is the echo chamber that people seem to want to develop in trying to show that they're correct. Why? Why is that necessary? Why do you need people to validate whether or not you're right for something that is as stupid as an equation that is ambiguous and vague to begin with? This equation is so ambiguous that there are multiple answers to it. It just depends on how you look at it. Like, some things are definitive. Like, I was making a joke earlier when I was talking about this video that it's the black, blue, white, gold dress all over again. It's the dress, or it's Green Needle Brainstorm, or it's Laurel or Yanni. There's a definitive answer to all of them. It's a black blue dress. It's Brainstorm. It's Laurel. Hey, thank you for sticking around with me on this rant. Let me know what you think. Is it 1? Is it 9? Do you give a shit? I really don't care. How did you learn math? How were you taught? Were you taught the antiquated way, or were you taught, I don't know, what way were you taught? And if the antiquated way was from 1917, then why are we taught the antiquated way? I don't know. Math should be universal, right? Who knows? I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat dinner.